Hi, I'm Yvette Taylor, and today we're here at Euro Stoves in Beverly, Mass. We're going to make a bread pudding for dessert. It's a great, easy dessert for the holidays, and you can prep a lot of it ahead of time. So we're going to start with basically a day-old bread, and you can use any sort of bread you want. It can be a sweet bread. It's great with cinnamon raisin bread. Here we have a cranberry and gingerbread. Any sort of nut bread is great. So what you're going to do is you're going to cube your bread and you're going to put it in a bowl. And then the other ingredients are so simple, and you can actually mix these all together ahead of time and keep them in your refrigerator. So if you have to go somewhere for dessert and you don't necessarily want to bake the bread pudding a day ahead, you want it to be nice and bubbly out of the oven, you can package these two ingredients separate, bring them with you, and then you could just finish them off there. So it's really simple to do any way you like. And basically the ingredients in here are eggs and either milk or cream, sugar, and then a little bit of either brandy or cognac, and some spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, ginger. And then we've got a little bit of nice orange zest, which I find goes very well with the cranberry bread that I've got here today. So I'm just going to zest a little bit of the orange, and you want to take care not to get too far into the pith because then it will be really bitter. And then I'm just going to give it a quick slice and squeeze a little bit of the orange right into the egg and sugar mixture. Now what we're making here is basically a simple custard. So when you're baking a custard, it has to go in what's called a bain-marie, which is basically a heated water bath. So here we've got a roasting pan, and I've put some paper towels on the bottom. You can use a regular tea towel. It's a good idea to do that because it will keep your vessels from swimming around when they're in the oven. And what we're going to put today is we're going to use these great little dishes, and we're going to make individual bread puddings. So first, I'm just going to simply take my egg and bread mixture, and I'm going to mix it all together. And you want to let this sit and absorb for a good 30 minutes or so. So you can put it in the refrigerator and you can actually leave it overnight. And once the bread has absorbed all of the egg and the sugar and the seasonings, then you're going to be ready to scoop it into your dishes and bake it. Now you can do this individually, or you can do this in a large 9 by 13 inch Pyrex dish. You can put it into little individual ramekins. It's an easy dessert. You can bake it any way you'd like. So now we have our bread that's been soaking, and we're ready to spoon it into our dishes. So you're just going to simply spoon it into the ramekin dishes, and you want to make sure that you also get some of any of the liquid that's left here on the bottom. And this is a great dessert that you can flavor any different way. You can make chocolate, you can make any sort of fruit and nut combination, and that's what's fun about it. Because at the end here we're going to top it with chopped pecans, but you can basically mix in any sort of raisins or nuts or dried fruit that you'd like to at this point. Now once you've got all of your toppings on, you're just simply going to place your dishes inside of a roasting pan or a dish that's large enough to hold them. And we want to bake this in, again, as I said, a bain-marie, which is basically a hot water bath. So we're going to fill the pan about halfway up the side of the dishes that are in it. So even if you were baking a 9 by 13 inch dish, you'd want to put it in a larger pan. And you want to fill the water and watch it so that it comes just about to halfway. Then the very last step is we're going to take a piece of buttered parchment paper, just simple parchment paper that has been, you can take a stick of butter and just rub it across, and that is going to go right on top, just like you would use foil. And then this is going to go in the oven like this at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Then at the 30-minute mark, you're going to take the parchment paper off, and you're going to let this continue baking for an additional 15 minutes. And what it's going to do is it's going to brown nicely on top and get bubbly without over browning and drying out. So then once it's completely baked, you're going to take it out of the oven and let it come to a complete cool in the water bath, and then you're ready to serve. And now we've taken our bread pudding out of the oven and we've let it cool in the bain-marie so that it doesn't dry out. And we've got it ready here to serve. You can serve it as is. You can serve it with a little bit of whipped cream on top or with a nice caramel sauce. Enjoy.